Hello friends, welcome back to another crypto analysis for my predictions that I made. We'll start with Bitcoin, this chart right here. Today is the 9th of February, so we had very volatile days for cryptocurrencies, for altcoins especially, just like you saw previously on the Solana chart. On the Bitcoin chart, we see a kind of more relaxed version of these price movements. It's not really that dramatic. Right now it's like kind of entering in a range because you see it's very little movement except in the last few hours. And the projection is basically telling us that it could remain the same for the rest of the day and maybe even the starting hours of tomorrow. So we had that, for example, I was expecting lots of volatility on the 7th of February, and that's exactly what we got right here. Okay, look at this volatility. It was a really nice pump at the beginning, only to collapse right after, and it basically ends in a red day. You know, I told you about this because we have the circle right here, the green circle and the red circle containing the same day, the 7th of February. We also had this danger zone right here from the 7th to the 8th, and you can see massive corrections right here on the 7th, okay, for Bitcoin. Okay, so very volatile day, just like I predicted. And for the next 8, 9 and possibly tomorrow, we can see basically a massive range. Okay, from basically the starting position of the 8th, which is somewhere around here, to the current position of the 9th of February, but there's basically very little change, if any. So it's a massive range, just like I predicted, guys. The projection is also telling us that it will remain the same. So for the next few days, I still think it will be very relaxed, okay? It will only change, maybe it could change tomorrow. There's a chance of that happening because we have another danger zone right here, so we could expect more corrections going downwards. Maybe not that hard, maybe like 3%, 4%, or more like 3 to 5%. I think that's an acceptable range. If that were to happen, we will go back to basically this support zone that we share on the 2nd of February. If not, maybe a little bit higher. So that is a possibility, but remember, these danger zones only tells us a range of days where it's going to happen. Okay, it's not indicating that it's going to be consecutive red days from the 10 to the 12. Okay, I say this because there's people who think that all of these days will be red. No, that's not the case. So that's it for tomorrow, but for the next days, again, massive range, could some days be very volatile. For example, the 12 is showing extreme volatile signals, the 15 as well. But for the other days, basically, we could see another range, just like this one. You can see this is why it's a massive yellow range containing several days. It's because it's basically going to be very hard to define. You guys know that, I mean, if you know, but the fact is that most trading losses occur within range days. So the fact that I'm telling you weeks ahead, days ahead of what days are going to be range and basically useless for trading, it's a massive advantage that you're getting from me. Okay, because no one else can predict this, guys. Again, you will never see anyone either on Twitter or YouTube or Instagram, even less, that has my accuracy. Okay, and I share it for free so you can profit as well, so you can also win. Okay, so that's what we saw for Bitcoin, but the story is kind of different for Solana. And remember, I told you that we will see in February, this month right here, some developments towards the altcoin season. And I think it's playing out exactly like I predicted, guys, because many movements right here for Solana are completely different for what Bitcoin just gave us, from what you can see from the Bitcoin chart. For example, it was also a very volatile day on the 7th. It was also the same signals right here on the green and the red, same day, the 7th. So look at this massive volatility going up, going down, very powerful, but it kinda recovers a little bit. Don't get me wrong, it's still a red day, but it's nowhere near as bad as Bitcoin, okay? And for the 8th of February, which is yesterday, we see a nice pump. It's not very powerful, it's not quite massive or anything, but it's a nice pump because you can see it's basically 8%, okay? So again, the 8 also very volatile. You can see the same signals and also the start of this green zone right here, profit zone from these new highs, okay? And it's actually playing out because you see it's a higher high than the previous one. So it could be a reversal, could be a signal for reversal. For today, we see basically a red day where the position is currently at compared to the initial one, but it's not that massive. It's not really a massive correction right here, and in the few hours it could change. Okay, it could be maybe slightly more neutral back to the initial range. That's basically it for tomorrow. But for today, but for tomorrow, there's again the danger zone shared by Bitcoin. There's also a red circle confirming this. The projection is showing the complete opposite, or maybe it can show. Yeah, I think it's going to be. I don't think the projection is going to be right on this one. And just so you know, this projection is one of my personal indicators. I don't really use it that much to trade. I only use it to basically tell me what day, especially I use it for yellow days, because some of these days will be hard to define. So I need to know exactly if it's going to be very range or volatile. And maybe that can get me to trade on that day. But for other matters, it's accurate, but not as accurate as my predictions. And it's basically just a very simple indicator that I created with inspiration from other indicators and with the help of ChatGPT. You guys don't know how amazing that tool is. So very, very cool. But yeah, I think if not tomorrow, maybe on the 11th. It's basically a guaranteed correction and it's going to be quite strong, I think. We can see maybe the price go to below and go possibly again to the support zone. It's a quite solid support zone right here, you can see. So I think it could be likely. And after that, it will only start to recover, I think, and after the 13th of February. That's for Solana. For the last one that I have for you is right here. It's the stellar chart. Okay, so the stellar chart shows quite crazy things. Another massive divergence. For example, we see extreme volatility again on the 7th. I think this day was very volatile all across the markets because Bitcoin shows it, Solana shows it, and right here Stellar also is showing it. So very volatile day on the 7th. For Stellar, the 8th was kind of more relaxed, slightly upwards. But right here today for Stellar, we see a massive correction. Okay, very strong correction. Maybe not that apocalyptic or anything, but it's significant, strong. I mean, 10%. It's something to be worried about because Solana is going upwards. So. Well, one thing Solana has going for it is that they basically control all the meme coin market, so lots of liquidity, lots of volume trading. So yeah, something that Stellar does not have. So yeah, for this Stellar prediction, the real danger zone came today, which is also part of this right here, the danger zone, the massive correction. And on the circle one, we had a volatile. So it was also a very volatile correction. Again, do not trust this indicator too much, this my indicator, the projection, because like I said, it's accurate only on certain days. I really barely use any indicators or trading tools at all. In fact, I'm just starting to learn more about this because I'm trying to polish my trading skills. They're quite powerful already, but I want to be even better. And some of these indicators are useful, but I don't find some of them really useful. For example, the ME, the moving average. It's not that useful to me, maybe for the day only, but there are other indicators that could be more useful. Anyways, again, the same warnings, basically the same danger zone right here. Again, another one, starting this one for Stellar on the 11. So maybe the 10 will be better for Stellar than other cryptocurrencies. But yeah, basically the same danger zones, the same opportunity zones. It's a very volatile and basically almost confirm a red month. If these opportunity zones, green zones, are really big and we manage to go back to at least the level before the massive crash on the 1st of February, then maybe we can see a reversal. But judging by this current position and also judging by the overall mood, the vibes in the trading community, it's kind of bearish, not gonna lie. So yeah, guys, that's basically all I have for you. I invite you all to subscribe, share, and like, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.